I was walking into the theater, and then all of a sudden I see these people in loud Hawaiian shirts, curly wigs. I Love Rocky Road is playing, and they're all like walking and dancing, bumping into each other. And I kind of felt bad that I had to go in and take my seat.
Oh, Al, you can't smoke in here. I totally deserve that.
Hey guys, it's Sean O'Connell, the managing editor of Cinema Blend, and we are at the Toronto International Film Festival reviewing the coolest films that are playing at the fest. I brought with me Mike Reyes from our staff, an expert in all things weird, so that we can review Daniel Radcliffe and Evan Rachel Wood's film Weird, the Weird Al Yankovic Story.
Put it in.
So I want to start with the cast of Weird, and Mike, I have to ask you, how is Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic?
Honestly, I don't think we'll ever be able to think of Daniel Radcliffe in any other role than Weird Al Yankovic. This is his career-defining opus.
Okay, but wait, he was Harry Potter, so you're tossing that aside and making him Weird Al for the rest of his life.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
But actually, in all seriousness, I think that this is another wonderful hallmark of sort of the weird era that he's been going through himself.
Sure.
Because you see, ever since his tenure as Harry Potter, he did movies like Swiss Army Man and Guns Akimbo, and even The Lost City, he gets to play an unhinged villain.
Right.
And I would say unhinged is the best word to describe what he is doing in this movie, what everybody's doing, but especially him, because he's jacked up. He's playing the accordion as if it's some sort of illicit organ, and he's just going straight for the ride.
But it's a biopic. Like, they're trying to go through the life and times of Weird Al, but is it through some sort of like fantasy lens?
Basically, think about what if the Zucker brothers made Walk the Line? Because that is exactly what is going on here. This is not a true to life biopic whatsoever, and co-writer director Eric Appel, as well as co-writer Al Yankovic, made sure of that. And this is all based off of a Funny or Die short that came out about a decade ago with Aaron Paul playing the role of Weird Al. But this is an expansion of that. And apparently this came from public demand, and people wanted to see this because they've been playing this trailer at Al's shows for the past decade or so.
Okay, so in the short, Madonna was played by Olivia Wilde, but it's a different actress this time in Weird now. It's Evan Rachel Wood, right? How is she in the role?
She matches Daniel Radcliffe every note of insanity. I will not say too much about what she does, because to say too much about anything involving this movie, surprisingly enough, ruins the fun. But she is there on every level, and watching these two make out, again, Zucker Brothers style makeouts, where they're rolling on walls and like breaking head busts and paintings. She is just committed to being, she said that she wanted to play Madonna as realistically as she could, even though it's not the real version of Madonna.
Sure, but they're massive shoes to fill on both of their sides, and so it has to be pretty daunting, I would imagine, for them to even bite that off and give it a try.
Well, yeah, I mean, even just expanding a short into a feature film is enough of a pain as it is.
Sure.
But doing something like this had to have been, I'm sure everybody was nervous as hell to do it, but eventually it just came to the point where everyone involved felt that they had faith in this.
I think Madonna's a bad influence on you. What? No offense.
Coming out of the movie, though, everybody was talking about the cameos, and I don't want you to spoil any of them, but just give us a sense of what we can get from the all-stars that are hiding in Weird.
Well, obviously, Al is still in the film, and he's still playing the character of cynical record executive that doesn't think Weird Al will ever make it in the music industry.
Gotcha.
Will Forte also joins him in that scene.
Oh, I saw him in the trailer.
And the people that know Al history, when you find out who they're playing, that is one of the nice little niche Easter eggs that are in there. But I mean, well, Rainn Wilson's more of a not more than a cameo, because he plays Dr. Demento.
Right.
But there are a lot of, like, there's some Lonely Island people you might be able to find in there.
Okay, interesting.
I will say a recently retired late night talk show host plays a role in there.
Okay, good.
And one half of Tenacious D.
Oh, good. That's a perfect tease. We'll leave it there.
Every once in a great while, I can spot a talent that I know is the future of music. But first, we gotta find you a stage name. Al Yankovic. It's long, it's hard to pronounce. So I'm just gonna throw this out there. Weird Al Yankovic.
I love it.
Okay, so we're at Toronto. This was the first film on the classic annual Midnight Movie segment, the selection there. How did it play with the Midnight Movie crowd?
First of all, I want to give a shout out to the Midnight Madness crowd because you are a special bunch.
Yeah.
You are a lovely bunch. I am one of you now, and I love it. I think this is actually a midnight movie in the making, and part of it is probably because Weird Al already has that experience with UHF.
Yeah.
A movie that was unceremoniously kind of dumped in the summer that Batman was released.
Right.
But has endured probably as well as Batman over the years. And this is the closest we're ever going to get to a sequel to that. But the Midnight Madness crew ate this up. Like, this is a crew where whenever the piracy warning comes up, they have to shout "Arr!" and like clapping to the beat of the ad music. And like from the word go, just a lot of applause, a lot of engagement. The Q&A afterwards was just as energetic. And considering that, again, this movie started at 11:59 and let out at about, I want to say 2:15.
Right.
To have that sort of energy, we were talking off camera, and you said that to have that carry people through, it has to be that good of a movie.
Yeah.
And this definitely is. Like, even though I'm glad that Roku Channel got this made and has it as an exclusive, I really want this to become a repertory favorite that people can go and. There was a flash mob in front of this before it started. I was walking in.
What were they dancing to?
I was walking into the theater, and then all of a sudden I see these people in loud Hawaiian shirts, curly wigs. I Love Rocky Road is playing, and they're all like walking and dancing, bumping into each other. And I kind of felt bad that I had to go in and take my seat because I wanted to sit and watch that.
No, it's an atmosphere. It definitely is an atmosphere. Okay, so from the sound of it, you liked this movie. Give me a star rating out of 5 for Weird.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
4 out of 5. I reserve the right to possibly increase that later in the future, but I say it now, a solid 4. I think we will still be talking about it, and it still has some cult value to it.
Right. And personally, I love that Daniel Radcliffe is out here just taking chances with his legacy, doing as many wild things as he can. Swiss Army Man, as you mentioned, Horns with Joe Hill, and going out here and playing Weird Al Yankovic convincingly. So make sure you guys check it out when it comes to the Roku channel, or hopefully to a repertory house near you. In the meantime, we're going to continue our coverage from the Toronto International Film Festival. So make sure you hit like and subscribe and follow all of our reviews as they post.
Because it would be weird if you didn't.
My whole life, all I wanted.
I'm afraid we found your son at a polka party.
Is to make up new words to a song that already exists.
Oh, well, you should do that then.